Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this comparison walkthrough of Raven Phalan's Messenger Oracle, the first edition versus the second edition. I wasn't going to do this. I was not going to buy the new Messenger Oracle because I have the old Messenger Oracle. But I have to tell you guys right off the bat, Blue Angel is killing it with their production value in their more recent things that they've put out. And I had to see this one up close for myself, and I was partly motivated because somebody in the Supportive Tarot Facebook group, and I cannot remember who off the top of my head, I'm so sorry, whoever you are, I'm sorry, posted that Raven Phalan is currently working on, or they're going to be releasing another Oracle deck, and I can't remember what it's called, but by the time this video goes up, I will have linked it in the description box for you, right? Because I'm going to remember to do that. Please remember, guys, I do my best to always put the links down there, but if I ever forget, feel free to drop me a message on Facebook or Instagram or leave a comment, and I will do my best to update those links for you, but I try to always get them in there. Anyway, when I found out a new deck was going to be coming out by Raven Phalan in a similar style, my brain, of course, goes to, but then I can maybe mix the decks or something. I don't know. But that's where my brain goes. So then it was like that last little push I needed to get off the fence and pick up the second edition. So we're going to do a comparison side by side. I know there's going to be a few things for sure that have changed that are going to be really, really obvious. But can I tell you, before we dive into this, and I promise I'm not going to make you wait too long, one of the main reasons why I did not want to get into this or didn't want to swap is because I have a very special Peggy bag for my original Messenger Oracle. So let me just show you what I mean. So in here, if I take the book out, I'm going to just show you the backs of these. They're this gorgeous like pentacle design. So Peggy embroidered me this bag. She's not doing a lot of embroidery these days because she just hasn't had the time, but like, look at what a great match that is. That being said though, I have decided, and I've also edged this one in green. We're going to talk more about that in a second, but I have decided that I'm going to move my Plant Spirit Oracle by Dana O'Driscoll into this bag. So this bag will have something lovely in it, and it's going to be fine, and everything's going to be all right. It works out. See, everything's okay. But it was actually a huge stopping point. So first of all, we're going to put the backs there. We're going to have the guidebooks out here so we can compare those. They both come in side by side. They both come in sturdy 2-piece boxes. But I will say, like, I don't know why Blue Angel does this. I really don't. But here's the deck size and here's the book size. And I don't know why they do it this way rather than just shrinking the book and making it the same size as the cards. But it's a little bit better in this deck, which I'll show you. So that's how it looks in that one. And then when we get into this one, they always have these like pieces of paper to separate the top of the book from the inside of the box. Oh, are we the same color on the inside here? No, it's like a mustardy color in the first edition, and it's a like lemon yellow in the second edition. But you can see, pull that paper out of the way, that we have a different size and shape book. So we're getting a little closer if you look. So still taking up, actually no, I guess it's about the same. There's about the same amount of wiggle room in the box. If anything, it's actually wider. Like there's more wiggle room side to side, but the decks are different sized. So that is what our new backings look like. They are stunning. So we're going to put the box aside. I love the spot gloss, or is that spot gloss? Well, it's laminated in part of the box lid there. Really, really nice. Whereas the other box lid was just, our box was all glossy all the way around. The new box, wow, I struggle with box on the camera. But anyway, see the new box is like matte, but then it has this like spot of gloss, like this spot. I can't talk. It has this section here that's glossy. That's what I'm trying to say. But the rest of the box is matte. So that's what the backs of the boxes look like. But yeah, there's a much different size of the box, I would say, which this is a little teaser for what's to come, because look at the difference in the thickness of the cardstock. Holy moly. Look at how much thicker this deck is. And as far as I know, we have the same number of cards. Oh, they're not numbered. Okay, we're going to talk about those differences too. But anyway, so this deck did not come with green edges. I added those, but that is what our original backings look like. And this is what our new backings look like. Like, look at that. Glossy, matte. And this matte, you guys, feels So good. If you know the cardstock, the surface finish feel of the Way of the Panda Tarot, gosh, what else has this? It's like a silky, not rose petally, but it's like a really luxurious to touch matte cardstock. Like Blue Angel has nailed the cardstock on some of these more recent things that are coming out in matte. Really nice. And I think we're going from about a 300 GSM, or well, maybe this is like a 330 GSM to a 350, possibly even a 400, but it feels flexible and like, oh, like, there's the new one. Like there's the old one. You can really see, hopefully, the difference there. So really, really beautiful. And I even made this myself, you guys. But that's my new bag. And I think that's going to be a really lovely match. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So it will have a bag. Everything's going to be good. Now this new one feels like it's more like, it's like a standard, it feels like a standard tarot size. Did I grab a standard tarot size deck? Do I have one nearby? Yes. I have my Panda. Let's just use my Panda deck as a comparison. I'm pretty sure this is the same cardstock too. Oh no, Panda's actually a little thinner. Well, there's more cards though too, right? But that's a standard tarot size. Let's just do it. Yep, exactly. Exactly. And these are the same feeling finish, but this is thicker than Panda's. If that gives you any idea of quality, like, come on. I don't know if you felt the Panda, but, you know, if you have, it's a good point of reference. So, okay. We'll compare the guidebooks at the end here. For now, I want to really focus on the artwork, so I'm going to get the boxes out of the way. We're going to flip them around, and I'm going to get us zoomed in, and we're going to see where we end up. Boop, boop. So right off the bat, I'm going to point out a few things that I noticed immediately. Number one, obviously, these cards are borderless on 3 sides with titles along the bottom. The text is larger and there's no more numbers on the cards. Now, I really love that change because these numbers, for some reason, I don't know if it's the font style, but some of the numbers are actually really hard to read. Like, for example, this 12, I wasn't sure if it was a 12 or like a 42. Because my eyes just, you know, I'm not wearing my reading glasses at the moment, which, you know, didn't help. But as I was putting it back in order, I definitely noticed that those numbers are tiny. But I think the change to matte, like, look at how much brighter this artwork is. Like, this is much deeper. This is definitely brighter. And the colors feel very rich. They feel really glowy. So I really like the change that way. Oh, and I think we are going to have... Are we going to be able to even compare? Oh, there may be additional cards too. Okay, there are additional cards. Okay, so these two are the same. A New Day Dawns. Here we have Be Patient, but here we have Be Honest. And I just took a quick look because these are also alphabetical, and there's no Be Honest in the first edition, but there is in the second edition. So quick check because I'm curious. So the second edition says there are 55 cards, and the first edition says, please tell me how many, 50 cards. So there are 5 additional cards in the second edition, which I was not expecting. So that's already another change. That's awesome. Always love me extra cards. So Be Honest is new. Look at that gorgeous artwork. Be Patient. So here we have another matchup, and I feel like we are getting... It doesn't feel like we're losing any of the artwork for it to be formatted this way. Like, technically you can see there's a little bit more of the wing cut in this reformatted shape, but I feel like the details and the artwork just pops. Like, these borders really hem it in. Here the colors look a lot more similar, but you can definitely see some of the differences. It just feels more glowy here. Be Vigilant. I feel like it's just easier to see the details on the dragon, and I do think that, like, a little bit of that pulling the color brighter, I don't know if that's the right word for it. They're not, oh, I just bought my camera. They're not any less saturated. They just feel like they've just, the contrast was maybe brought down a nudge, or I don't know, somebody who knows that kind of thing. But these borders, oh my gosh, look at all the scroll work and stuff. They're just beautiful. So anyways, Be Vigilant is the same. Be Without Malice, like, she just pops in the new version. I will say that if you like the rich blacks in the old version, she runs a little less, like, her cloak and everything just seems less black, but it feels like it's the way it was meant to be seen. I could be totally wrong about that, but that's how it feels. Oh, here we have another change. So we have Become a Shapeshifter, which is new. Yeah, I don't remember her. She does feel maybe not. Maybe she doesn't feel out of place. She does look a little like a kitsune, maybe. I wonder if she is. Let's just, okay, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat and just see if it says anything about her being a kitsune. Become a, yep, she's a kitsune. I got that right because I noticed her little ears. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, sorry. So that's a new card. Calm in the Storm is a new card. Look at him. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Challenge your perception. These are the same. I feel like actually we get, it feels like we're, I guess we are cropped in a little closer, but it feels almost, it's hard to describe. This artwork obviously is bigger. Love that. Change is unavoidable. These are the same. But again, it feels so, this feels so much bigger. And yet in reality, I guess I should have done this in the beginning. In the reality, this card is like quite a bit bigger and a little bit taller, but the artwork is definitely, I guess the artwork is pretty close to the same size. It's like they've kind of just trimmed it for us and given us a little tiny bit more height. Barely. Look at that. We've gotten a tiny bit more height and about the same width as the original card. So really, it's like they've modified it for us and added these beautiful borders. Anyway, change is unavoidable. I'm sorry I'm so slow, you guys, but I'm really excited about this. Do not fear the unknown. These are the same. Embrace spirit. I love the glowy purple here. It's so much more vibrant. And I love that it's not glossy. Oh my gosh. Embrace the dark. Embrace the feminine. Embrace the masculine. Yeah, his greens feel just, so much more depth to the color, I feel like. Focus, then act. Yeah, I actually feel like, maybe I've said this before, but I feel like it's easier to see the shading in the card on the right. I feel like there looks like there's a lot more depth and three-dimensional aspects to the artwork in this one. So the shifts they've made to the color, like the sword looks way glowier on the right. Look at the difference in the glow of the sword. Beautiful. Follow the moon. Oh, again, so much more glowier over here. Oh, I love this. Have courage. Hear the ancient ones. Raven Flan's artwork is so fantasy, but so magical feeling and so rich. Heed the messengers. Heed your dreams. Honor Gaia. Know you belong. I love this cat with wings. Know your fears. Know your power. These both look very similar to me. Glowiness wise and like contrast and all that, they look the same. Let go of the old. Ah, here we go. Let two become one. So this is another new one. This says let the emotions flow, and this says let your emotions flow. I love that shift. It maybe seems small, but that wording just feels more like it's talking to you. Again, the greens are really popping on the right, much more than they were on the left. Know that you, or love that you are different. Oh wait, did I already do let two become one? Oh, there is no let two become one. So this card, oh, we're just in the, oh, I see, card 24 and 25. Yeah, so these were just reversed. So sorry, let the emotions flow, and then let two become one. They got the alphabetizing wrong before, but yeah, those are both here. I'm not going to worry too much about the order here. Love that you are different. Actually, I want to keep these in order. Yeah, these are in order. Okay. Love this guy. Look at how much more rich the blues are. Bright. Maybe bright is the good word to use. But gosh, look at the butt. Like so much glowier and like filled with light on the right-hand side. Love without condition. Make the sacrifice. Oof. Need and necessity. Nourish the soul. Love this. Nurture all you love. Observe in silence. Oh. Protect the wild and green. Again, much more green here. The greens really, you can tell the difference in the color. Same thing here. Look at the pinks. Look at how much the pinks pop on the right. Wow. And the golds. Oh, so beautiful. Sorry, this is respect your boundaries. Reveal your truth. See the light, see the signs. Okay, so hold on. These might be different. So see the signs is different for sure. See the truth. See yourself in nature. And now we have seek the lesson. Seek your answers within. Ooh. Wow, you can't even, they've even added, look at the flame here at the third eye point. It's like lit up here, which is so appropriate for the meaning of this card, right? Seek your answers within. It's like connect to that third eye space. The eyes on the bear are brighter and more pink or pinky purple. Oh, so pretty. I love the changes to the artwork. Totally different colors here in Seek Your Destiny. The mandala is all purple and gold here. We got purple down in here. That's a pretty change. Oh, here we go. And now here's the C's. So where we had, let's just go back to those so we can compare them. Okay, so here we have see the signs, see the truth, see yourself in nature. And now we should be caught up again. Share your thoughts. Show that you care. Oh, look at, again, very big color changes here. All pinky purpley over here. Love these updates. I really, really love the changes. There hasn't been a single card I'm like, oh, I prefer the first edition. I prefer the second edition on all of these. Stay strong. Yay! Surrender to the flow. Oh, this is so interesting. I actually love this change. So this is a really important card to me personally. I have a big thing with the ladybugs. But here, the flow is coming towards you, and here you're following the flow. And as the viewer of this card, this makes so much more sense because you're going with the flow. Like this is from your perspective, whereas this, it's coming, it's like you're receiving something. In this one, you're going somewhere, right? So it's actually a pretty significant perspective shift that I think really, really pinpoints the meaning of the card. And our ladybug is so much more glowy, which I love. The source of all, that's new. Look at that. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Again, a Blue Angel killing it with the colors, with the updates, with the card stock. I have been so excited. And there's another deck actually that's on my wish list right now that I have an older version of that they've redone. And now I'm super excited to purchase that one because if it's going to be this kind of a change, I am like over the moon. And it's interesting to me because some publishers have done the matte card stock better than others, and Blue Angel has been nailing it. Time to ground. Sorry, I got distracted. I got a little squirrely there. Time to reflect. Trust in magic. Oh my gosh, look at these lotuses. Wash away your burdens. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way. I know sometimes I get very excited and my hands start going everywhere. We are all connected. Oh, look at this. So here we have, like there's a figure down here all wrapped up in this serpent and this caduceus kind of symbol. We have a wolf, an owl, a butterfly, a tree here. It's a beautiful image. But then look at it with the new version. All the purple makes it easier to see that these are two intertwining dragons. I feel like everybody just pops more in this image. We have the sun and the moon. I just feel like I'm seeing the artwork for the first time, and I've used this deck a bunch, right? But I feel like I'm finally seeing it. And this was kind of a deck I felt sort of wishy-washy before, and I think a lot of it was all those borders, and I didn't really want to trim it, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. Anyway, With Loving Kindness is a new card, it looks like. Beautiful. She looks familiar, though, so maybe she was in the old one, but just in a different order. Nope, she wasn't. Okay. And the final card, You Were Born to Create. Oh, okay. I'm going to keep this one in order, zoom us back out a bit. We're going to talk about shuffle and all that good stuff. Now, I am going to be rehoming my old Messenger Oracle because I don't typically keep like backups or anything like that. I just don't need to do that in my collection. So I'm going to set that aside for now, somewhere. Put it somewhere, Lisa. Get it out of the way. So if you don't know, let's talk about the shuffle and then we'll get into all the other stuff. But now, This is a beautiful velvety smooth. It's not rose petal finish. It's really buttery and silky to touch, but it is a stiffer cardstock. I would say that's probably like you can see my table through it. So it is a thickish cardstock there. This may be 400 GSM, but it does have flex, and because it's just a tarot size, it's definitely shuffleable if you can normally shuffle. And it's 50 some odd cards instead of the 78 we're used to with tarot, so it's not, I don't think, going to be too much to handle. Now, if this was a 78 card deck, this thick of cardstock may be an issue for some, but yeah, it is really, really beautiful. It will be a little clumpy, I think, initially. Oh, well, okay, we'll do a proper fan in a minute, but that was a much smoother fan than I was expecting from this cardstock. So let's take a quick look at the guidebook. So here is the first edition guidebook, and this is the second edition guidebook. I'm going to do a quick page count check. 75 pages here, 75 pages here from on the last page there, which in both cases is like more advertising stuff at the end. So same page count, which is interesting because the Messenger Oracle second edition has extra cards. So I don't know if we're losing anything else. So let's do a comparison here and just see. So let's get, oh, there's an extra like art page here. Here's our table of contents. So A New Day Dawns still on page 16. Be Patient, Be Honest is on 17. Here we have Be Patient. The introduction is on page 7, so that part's all the same. I wonder if they've just made the messages more compact, because this is kind of what the inside pages look like. And this is what, they're basically the same, you guys. Like, as far as like how much real estate the meanings are taking up. So we may have lost, let's just see. So we have an introduction, which we know they're taking up the same amount of pages on the beginning part. I don't know how we have more cards and we have the same number of pages. So there's the Gayatri spread. And then we get right into card meanings starting on the 15th page. So the 15th page is there. I think it's the same in this one, though. Yeah, that's the same. I don't know how this magic works, you guys. Maybe there's less advertising in the back. Let's see. Advertising. Okay, the About the Artist and Author starts on page 72. And, here we go. That's why. So there's just more advertising pages. So this one, you have advertising starting on page 70, just normal stuff, talking about other decks. You get more pages of that. So they just haven't put all of these extra pages in to do that. You get the actual About the Artist on page 67. So that's where our extra pages are coming from. I was just wondering, I was like, how are they the same? But they're the same. The books themselves are the same height, but the first edition is a little wider just to fit the box. Again, that's the one beef I still have with Blue Angel, is I wish they would just make these the same size as the cards, so that I could keep them together in like a bag or in their box, right? I don't like that it's so much bigger. And I think this could be made smaller, and I think we've got the space to do it. So yeah, that's my one remaining beef, but the books seem like they're going to be the same. So that's what I was going to babble about, since I'm very babbly, is that this artist, Raven Phelan, is also the creator behind the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Now, I have the Dreams of Gaia full size, which I love this chunky guidebook. I've edged the pages. This is a really, really good tarot deck in the full size, but I prefer the mini for the cardstock and such. I do hope that Blue Angel republishes the Dreams of Gaia full size tarot deck, borderless, like they've done with the Oracle deck here, but this is what the little pocket edition looks like. This particular copy was gifted to me, and I just love it. And if you look, I feel like these are a lot more cohesive too. Look at the backs. Look at how beautiful they'll be together. And how I will probably use this deck is like this, right? So let's zoom in a bit and scooch it all up. Boop, boop. So yeah, I'll probably pull a tarot card in the center and then pull, I did that backwards. That's not how I would do it. I would usually do the Oracle in the center. I can't remember, guys. How do I do my stuff? Okay, yeah, Oracle deck in the center. And then I would probably pull a tarot card to either side. Yeah, that looked weird. I was like, why does that look weird? This is why. Because we would have the Oracle in the center and then we'd have the tarot to either side. And you can see just how beautiful these would play together. Now, the cardstock for the pocket edition of the Dreams of Gaia is thinner than the cardstock for the Oracle deck. But there's more cards, right? So that makes sense. Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. And I don't actually even think I pulled the Dreams of Gaia and the Messenger Oracle in my Perfect Pairs video, which I will link in the cards if you haven't seen it. But I don't think I did that. And I think it's partly because I just found myself not really reaching for the Messenger Oracle as much anymore, because I just felt like, I don't know, like it was so closed off with the borders. And then here's this beautiful borderless pocket-sized tarot. Oh my gosh, look at these. Ugh. Do not fear the unknown. And then we have the Ace of Water. And we have, I believe this is the Perception card. There is, the Dreams of Gaia Tarot does change the majors, so it is a little bit different. Here we have, here the Ancient Ones with the 5, which I believe is the Elder, and the 5 of Major Arcana here, and then the 5 of Earth here with that trickstery energy. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. These are so beautiful together. Okay, I'm really excited. I am thinking about spending a month with the Dreams of Gaia at some point in 2021. I haven't fully landed on that yet, because I'm kind of playing it by ear with which decks I'm spending a month with at a time. But this has me a bit excited for the possibility. So yeah, that is the little Pocket Dreams of Gaia Tarot by Raven Falan. And this is the Messenger Oracle. Really beautiful hand over hand, because they don't really clump. Oh, I should zoom this back out. They don't really clump the way that a lot of the matte cardstock decks can clump. And you saw that with that first little test fan. But yeah, these are going to be really, really beautiful. Now, this is a deck that I think reads super well intuitively. I don't think you really need, oh, what did I just do there? I don't think you really need the guidebook, but the guidebook often has extra little tidbits that are worth exploring. So that is the 2nd edition. Oh my gosh. See, it clumped a little bit, but this is definitely one that's going to break in. Look, it's still clumping. How did I get such a perfect fan the first time? Let's do a slower fan and see what happens. Yeah, as long as you're not in a rush, it actually fans out really pretty beautifully. Look at that. Gorgeous. So that, my friends, is the new Messenger Oracle. I'm really excited about the bag that I made for it. And I am really excited to dive into this and to play with it. I am going to keep it in its Peggy bag, not in a box, which is pretty usual for me. I want to hang this up where it's easy to get at and easy to access. I'm really excited to play with this some more. I'm probably going to do a quick read through of the guidebook and just see if anything's really changed there wording-wise, but I don't think it has. If you have not checked this out before, but you love this style of artwork, I mean, definitely check it out. For those of you who have been keeping an eye on Sylvia Ritter's artwork, she's going to be coming out with a animal-themed deck at some point. A lot of us have been watching the artwork for a long, long time. You can check out some of the artwork on Facebook and I believe Instagram, but definitely on Facebook. Look up Sylvia Ritter. I'll try to remember to put a link down below. I feel like this deck, with all the glowiness and the light in this artwork, would pair really well with Sylvia Ritter's tarot when it eventually comes out. Just a random thought as I was looking at this, but anyway, thank you so, so much for joining me for this comparison of the 1st edition and the 2nd edition of the Messenger Oracle by Raven Falan and Blue Angel Publishing. Thank you again so, so much for hanging out with me. Please do remember to click the like button if you enjoyed this comparison or you found value in it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel so you can see my videos popping up in your subscription feed. And as always, click the little bell if you want to be notified of my future videos. Thank you again so, so much, and may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye, guys!